Hi everyone! Today I'll be showing you how to create this super cute Mystique bracelet on the monster tail. I also have a rainbow loom tutorial for this bracelet as well, linked down in the description box. So anyways, this bracelet is very similar, or the look is very similar to my double fishtail with a single chain border bracelet, as well as my Lacey M bracelet. However, it is quite different. As you can see, this pattern right here makes it look like the Lacey M, but this right here doesn't look anything like it. And what sets this apart, mainly the difference of the look from my double fishtail with a single chain border bracelet, is obviously this frilly edge part right here, and also this part in here is a double crossed fishtail. So if this fishtail and the pattern directly behind it were the same, you'd see the same color pattern. However, on opposite sides they have different colors. So this fishtail is the same as the one on the left on the opposite side, which that was a little confusing, but if you're really interested in how the bracelets are set apart, then maybe you can think on that. But anyways, I really hope you like this Mystique bracelet design. I think the name is super cool. So anyways, without further ado, let's get started with the materials needed. So today you will need a monster tail, and today I'll be showing you how to make this Mystique bracelet on the monster tail. However, I do have a tutorial for this on the rainbow loom as well. It is linked down below in the description box. You will also need a hook. I'm using a rainbow loom metal tipped hook, one C-clip, and as many colored bands as you'd like. You'll need about 110 bands. Today I'll be using bands in the colors of black, white, and then a bunch of rainbow colors. There's not all of them listed here, but these are just some of them that I'll be using. All my supplies today are from the Rainbow Loom web store, which is rainbowloom.com, and yes, the metal hook is from there as well. I'll have them linked down in the description box below if you'd like to go purchase any of the items you see here. So anyways, now without further ado, let's get started. So this bracelet isn't exactly a very difficult bracelet to do. There's nothing super complicated about band placement or the hooking process. So just to let you guys know that beforehand. And we're going to go ahead and jump right into this. So first we're going to start by creating the double cross fishtail part. So you're going to twist from the top left to the bottom right. And this is going to be part of the black and white part that you see right here. Like that. Then we are now going to put on our other band color that we're using for the other double cross fishtail. Man, can't talk today. But anyways, you should have something like this now. And twisting the bands in the middle again. And lastly, we're going to put a vertical band for the band that is going to be the outer rim. Like on this bracelet, it's the colored rim right here. So you should now have something like this. And now we are going to put on another layer, same exact thing. However, we're not going to twist the bands in the center. So you're just going to put it from top left to bottom right. Then you're going to add on your one that goes from the top right to the bottom left, like that. And then lastly, the one that goes up and down, like that. We are now going to add one more layer on. However, this time we're not going to add on a black vertical one in the last step. So I'm going to go ahead, start on the top left, and go to the bottom right, like that. And then I'm going to go diagonally on the opposite way. And now we are not going to put the vertical band, like I said, and we're going to go ahead and start the hooking process. So the hooking process is super duper easy for this bracelet. All you do, even though there's different layers of bands on each pin, all you have to do is just grab the bottom layer only, hook it over the pin, and release. Same thing goes for all the pins here. So most bottom band, hook over, and release. Just like that. It's really simple. So once you finish hooking those 3 pins, you're going to turn your monster tail so that way the red dot is on the right, and do the same exact thing. Grab the bottom layer only, hook over, and release. Same thing for this one. Bottom layer only, over, release, bottom layer, over, and release. Push your bands down and turn your monster tail so that way the red dot is to the left, and we can now start the process again. So now, from now on, we're always going to add on this black vertical band first, or whatever color you happen to be using. So put this on first, and then you're going to put on the bands that are in an X shape. So always start on the top left, and then you can go to the one that starts on the top right. And now we can start the hooking process again. So same exact thing for the entire bracelet is the same thing. You're only grabbing the bottom layer, pulling it over, and releasing. All of the pins are the same hooking process. Bottom layer only, hook over. Just like that. So now we're going to turn our monster tail so that way the red dot is to the right, and do the same exact thing. Bottom layer only, hook over and release. Bottom layer, hook over and release. And then the bottom layer, hook over and release. So it's as easy as that. Turn your monster tail again so that way the red dot is to the left, and we're going to add on our next layer. So remember, we always add on this black vertical line first, and then our 2 X bands. That one goes there first, and then this one second. Now we're going to start the hooking process again. Super easy. Grab the bottom layer only, hook over, release, bottom layer only, pull over, release. Same thing for this one, grabbing the bottom layer only, hooking over, and releasing. Super duper easy compared to a lot of other growing bracelets. There's no inverted fishtail involved, however you can create variations of this bracelet by doing that. So bottom layer only, hook over, bottom layer only, hook over, bottom layer only, and hook over. You're going to turn your monster tail so that way the red dot is to the left, and we can start the band process again. So you're going to start by putting on your first band, which remember is the vertical band. Then after that, we're going to start with our X bands. So put the one that goes from the top left first, and then the one that ends on the top right. Just like that. And we can now begin the hooking process again. So remember, it's the same exact thing. You're only grabbing the very bottom layer, hooking over, and then release. Grab the very bottom layer only, hook over, release. Same exact thing for this one here. Bottom layer, hook over, and release. Now we're going to turn our monster tail so that way the red dot is to the right, and do the same exact thing. Just like that. Push your bands down and turn your monster tail so that way the red dot is to the left, and we can start over. Remember, always start with the center one, and then you can go around. Like that. So remember, always put the center one, sorry I bumped the camera, and then you can put the outer ones here. Just remember the band placement order, and I pretty much think that's the key to this bracelet. Band placement order is probably the hardest thing to remember, just because it's a little different starting in the middle and then going to the left and then right. But the hooking process is fairly easy, I think, because all you have to do is grab the bottom layer and pull over. And then you can turn your monster tail and hook the other side. It does not matter the order that you hook the pins in. You could start on the right and work your way to the left if you'd like. However, I think that repeating the same process or order of hooking will kind of help you make sure that you do the hooking process on all the pins and don't forget to do it on some. So anyways, we're going to do it again. Vertical band first, and then the bands that are crossed. Like that. Start the hooking process again. Remember, you're only grabbing the bottom layer. So even though this pin has three layers, 2 layers, and then 3 layers, you're still doing the same hooking process in that you're grabbing only the very bottom layer and hooking over. like that. I don't know what that noise was, but okay. So we're going to go ahead, take a look at your bracelet. It should look something like this. Now the frillies on the side might be tucked in right now, but I'm going to show you later how to fix that. And I'm absolutely loving this color pattern right now. It's so much cooler than I thought it would be. And the cool thing about this bracelet is that since it is a double cross fishtail, the fishtails are crossing over diagonally. So it's not, this is not one fishtail and then this is not one fishtail. It's connected diagonally. If that's kind of hard to explain, but kind of get the logic of that if you are familiar with the double cross fishtail bracelet. So you can see that the color pattern extends from this side to that side, and then this left side to this bottom right side. And now we can start the next band process. So you're going to go vertically first, and then diagonally, and then diagonally the other way. So now we're going to start the hooking process. Remember, you just grab only the bottom layer and hook over. Oh, sorry, that would be my phone. Just like that, push your bands down and flip to the other side. So once again, another little checkup. Your bracelet should look something like this. And I'm going to show you how to do this a couple more times, and then after that I'm going to be going off camera. So try to make sure that you are picking up and absorbing the instructions at this point. So remember, again, we go vertically first, and then diagonally. Like that. And then start the hooking process by grabbing only the very bottom band and hooking over and then releasing. Like that. So we're going to start the process again. Remember, always start with the center one and then your diagonal one. And then the other diagonal one. And then start the hooking process again. Remember, only grab the bottom layer. Like that. And so I'm going to continue doing probably 2 or 3 more hooking and band processes, and then I'll be going off camera. So for the next few times it's going to be kind of silent. I'm not really going to talk during this part, so you can watch and see if you're still having trouble, but you can always rewind if you need full instructions. Did the wrong color that time. Okay, so this is the last time I'll be showing. Okay, so you should now have something like this, and it's still okay if your little frilly single chains on the outside are still tucked in. I'll be showing you after we finish the bracelet how to pull those out and make them a little bit more protruding like how they are on this one. So if you're still having trouble making this bracelet, then please go ahead and rewatch the previous instructions. Just rewind back in the video. Anyways, go ahead and continue your bracelet, and then I'll come back when I'm finished with mine to show you how to take it off of your monster tail. So now it's been about 20 minutes and I am now finished with the full length of my bracelet. So I'm going to go ahead and show you how to take it off of your monster tail. So first what we're going to do, since we have 2 layers on both, on all 4 of these double-crossed fishtail pins, so we are going to grab the very bottom layer only and hook over. So on this bottom left, grab the bottom layer, hook over. Not going to do it on this pin because we only have 1 layer here. 2 layers on this one, just like that. Then turn your monster tail so that way the red dot is to the right. Again, 2 layers here, so we're going to grab the very bottom one only, hook over. We only have 1 layer here, so we're not going to pull that one off. But here we have 2 layers, so we're only going to grab the bottom one and hook over. So now you should have something like this, and we're going to turn our monster tail so that way the red dot is to the left again. And now we are going to kind of switch around the bands here. So you're going to go to this top right pin, grab this band and pull it off of the pin, and then you're going to place it on this bottom right pin here. Be very careful when you do this, just because if it slips off your hook, your bracelet could be in jeopardy. So anyways, we're going to do the same thing to this one here. Pick it up on your hook and place it on the top left pin, like that. It's okay if it takes you a while to do this, just be sure to be patient so that way you don't end up ruining your bracelet. So now on these 2 pins here, you should have 2 layers of bands, and we're just going to grab the bottom layer and hook over and release. Then turn your monster tail and then go to the same bottom right pin, hook over and release. So now we are going to do a little bit more of band transporting, so I'm just turning my monster tail again so that way the red dot is to the left, but honestly it doesn't really matter at this point. So you're just going to grab the band that's on the bottom right, hook this, and place it onto this bottom center pin, and release. Turn your monster tail and do the same exact thing. Carefully pull it off the pin and place it here, just like that. Now we are going to hook the bottom layers over, since we do have 2 layers on each pin. So I'm just going to grab the bottom layer here, hook over, bottom layer here, and hook over. Now you can grab the remaining 1 band here on the bottom, pull it off of the pin, place it on the top, and now you can take your C-clip and we can place this on all the bands here on this pin. Oops. Try to get that back on there. Pull it off of the pin, like that. So now I'm going to show you how to make it so that way the little outside here, my black single chain or whatever color you're using, it's kind of puffed up and protruding like it is on my finished bracelet. So it's super duper easy. All you got to do is use your fingers so that way you can kind of grab the single chains and pull those upwards, so that way they're just kind of sticking up. Due to the hooking process, sometimes they get tucked in, so that's totally normal. Doesn't mean that you did your bracelet wrong. And so all you got to do is just grab the little bands here and pull upwards. So I'm going to do this for the whole entire length of my bracelet on both sides, and then I'll come back to show you what when I'm finished, and then I'll show you how to attach both ends together. Okay, so I'm now finished, and as you can see, pulling out the black border really made a big difference to this bracelet. So anyways, I'm going to show you how to attach the ends together. So basically you want to find bands on the opposite side over here that you can attach to, which basically are the first kind of double cross fishtail bands that you should have. Mine would be the fuchsia and white here. So what I'm going to do is just grab my C-clip and hook it onto some of the bands here. Honestly, if you just want to hook onto random bands, that's cool too. I'm going to try my best to pick out the ones that made up part of the first fishtail stitch here, and sorry I am off camera. Okay, sorry, I had to go off camera to do that because I was having a little bit of trouble fixing and attaching this C-clip there. And also I've got a loop sticking out, so just grab the other end and fix that there. And anyways, now we are finished. So thank you guys so much for watching this tutorial. I really hope you like this Mystique bracelet. I love the name and I absolutely love how it comes out. It is pretty similar to my double fishtail with the single chain border bracelet, as well as my Lacey M bracelet, but as you can see by the looming process, it isn't exactly the same. Don't forget to check out my rainbow loom tutorial of this bracelet as well if you're interested in seeing that. It's down in the description box below. Also, don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up if you loved this bracelet design, and also if you successfully made this bracelet. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button as well, because I love posting YouTube tutorials for you guys and you are my motivation, so become one of the tutorialsbya official subscribers. Anyways, all my social media sites are down linked in the description box below. Man, I can't talk today. So if you're interested in that, don't forget to check it out. And once again, thank you guys so much for watching this tutorial, and I will see you guys later. Bye!